Cameroon has around 30 million population, and out of it, 70% of it is a younger generation, which is less than 25 years old. But unfortunately, the world's largest or oldest president is in Cameroon, who refused to go or to leave power and to pass it to the next generation. We are talking about, of course, about Paul Biya, who ruled Cameroon for the past 43 years. And since, I think, 1977, he has been in power. And today, at 93 years old, he has been sworn in to serve again for another 7 years. Well, Paul Biya will be 100 if he gets to finish the term, which is most unlikely given the life expectancy, whether be it in Cameroon or in Africa. And now what we are going to look at is that, speaking of old presidents in Africa, we have 8 of them above 80 years old. You have, for example, Zimbabwe, the Equatorial Guinea, Theodore Obiang. You have Ouattara of Ivory Coast. You have Biya, of course, of Cameroon. You have Museveni of Uganda. You have Togo's president. Also, Namibia's president, also it's a female. She is around 83 years old. And you have Bayo of Liberia. These are 8 of them who are above 80 years old. But of course, if we talk about above 70, they will be a dozen of them. So now looking at, for those of you who don't know, Paul Biya is the president of Cameroon for the past 43 years old. In fact, the Gen Z of Cameroon do not know any other head of state except Paul Biya. Now, let me invite you to watch this video as he came in for the swearing-in ceremony. He can't even walk.
À ne surtout pas renoncer. If we were in a law class, thank you, that's President Paul Biya saying thank you to those who have come here. If we were in a law class, would have said res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. So you need no explanations. It's what we call in communication theory, no comment. Et c'est d'ailleurs le directeur général de la CRCV qui le rappelait encore hier, qu'il faut montrer le président de la République. Les Camerounais veulent voir le président de la République, ils veulent le voir, il n'y a rien à cacher.
Électoral, dont les conséquences pourraient être dramatiques, comme cela s'est vu sous d'autres cieux. Mes chers compatriotes, il est de ma responsabilité de veiller à ce que l'ordre soit maintenu. Je puis vous l'assurer, l'ordre règne.
In nature, as the popular clamor continues with President Paul Biya and Madame Chantal Biya, who are waving frantically to the crowd of guests who were invited here this day to witness this momentous, this historic development event of historical proportions, the 8th mandate. That is a record. That is a record, Ibang Mejo, in Africa and even beyond Africa, and a record 8th mandate that President Paul Biya spent 43 years in power. Remember what he said in 2015 to the then visiting French president François Hollande, ne dure pas au pouvoir qui veut, mais qui paie. It is not he who wants to stay in power, but who has the ability. He who has the ability to stay in power. And that is the demonstration in his full purview, in his full glamour of the President of the Republic. And there he comes inside the Maybach, the presidential limousine, driving out majestically in full dignity, in full reverence of the Commander-in-Chief and President of the Republic of Cameroon. As I see everybody who is in front of us here waving as the President stretches his hand. Toute l'assistance s'est levée. Le Président de la République qui reste assis pour l'instant
dans son véhicule. Mais rassurez-vous, tout à l'heure, il va en sortir. Il va en sortir.
Now, forgive my language and enough with that bullshit, like deceiving the people as if this is something what the people wanted. The people did not want Paul Biya to rule another 7 years, okay? According to the government, the Electoral Commission, Paul Biya won by getting around 54% of the vote, 35% of the vote. His opponent, the opposition party leader, Tikiroma Bakari, Tikiroma Bakari, I think if I'm not mistaken, but Bakari is his last name. That's who got it. He said he will not accept the result. It's a fraud. In fact, some say now Bakari has moved to Nigeria fearing for his life. Now, the question to ask is that, meanwhile, this is what you see around the president's palace and in the government media. But what are the people doing right now? The people have taken the street. They are actually opposing, the swearing in again. They have been opposing when the election has been, the result has been announced, and today also during the swearing in ceremony. Look, I want to, so the opposition has called what they call under the campaign ghost town, meaning shutting down everything for 3 days. That's what Cameroon is going through. I have come across reading where a person said he has the chance or the opportunity to hear the voice message from one of the chief from one of the government official, literally begging the chief of the village and the towns to open their shops and whatever, so that life continues as usual. This is the state they are in. And Cameroon is one of the poorest countries, according to the World Bank report, and then most corrupted country as well. The funny thing is that Paul Biya, if you, for example, take 365 days out of a year, for more than 2/3 out of the 365 days, he is out of the country. He's based in Switzerland in his mansion, where he puts all his wealth. Okay, it is a news for Cameroon if Paul Biya comes to the country, not when he leaves the country, as it will be in anywhere else. Let me see if this man.
Ces résultats m'ont profondément ému.
These results have deeply moved me. They show that this victory is about more.
This is the opposition party leader, Tikiroma Bakari.
More than just me. It is a clear sanction against the current regime and a plebiscite in favor of immediate change, because the victory is clear.
Car la victoire est écrasante.
But in the days after the election, the current president and his supporters didn't back down either, declaring an 8th election victory for incumbent President Paul Biya.
I hereby declare elected President of the Republic, having obtained the majority of the votes cast, the candidate Biya Paul.
Look at that with his colonial wig. So this is really a joke, and I really feel sorry for our Cameroonian brothers and sisters, who are sacrificing their lives. Now, I want to go, forward in this video where it shows, look, where the young man talks about.
Is sour. Disappointment and disbelief turned to indignation and anger.
I am tired of Biya. Honestly, we are all tired of Biya. We are here making all this noise just because of him. He's been in power too long. We are tired of him. We are tired as a family. We are exhausted. We need to bring in change. We need change. Now Paul Biya is expired. Finished.
Several protesters have been killed in clashes with police. Multiple political critics have been arrested. The country has one of the youngest population profiles in the world, but it
Yeah. So this is Cameroon, and this is was a ghost town where still people has taken also on the street opposing his swearing in for another 7 years. The question to ask is that, is it just a one-man show? Is it only about Paul Biya? No, not it's not really about Paul Biya, but also who are who other older presidents who refuse to leave power. They have built during those decades that they are ruling their country a system that will enable them to stay. There is a security apparatus, there is the economy apparatus, and there is also the intimidation. The whole system is built there in order to let them stay. And of course, he is the central person, he is the main person, but also there are, if you want to call them technocrats also, but he is the autocrat, he is the head of it. For example, it's not only the system that he built within the country, but also with international relation. Cameroon is one of the 2 countries in Africa that did not recognize Palestine. It's Cameroon and Eritrea. So you can see there it's the strongest relation with Israel, and thereby also with the United States. So it has, although those countries may seem silent, but still that they indeed will support Paul Biya staying in power and serving them whatever they want. Well, that's it. There's not much to say. It's very sad. We would like to hear more from our Cameroonian brothers and sisters. For me, he's just asking to die in office. If that was a question directly presented maybe to the Cameroonians, they might have given him their vote, but that wasn't the case. So he just wants to die as president in his office. Very sad. He can't even walk. In his campaign, he was sending his statues, both his and his wife. He has spent a lot of money for his medical, his wells, taking money from the Cameroonian people, building his wells out of Cameroon and out of Africa, in Switzerland and elsewhere in the Western world. And he is not, even his own children do not want to step in. It's not even a family thing. It's just a system that he built around him. And his daughter, actually, she came out on social media before the election and she said, please do not vote for my father. And she, in fact, advocated for the opposition party, for people to give their vote to the opposition party. Well, Paul Biya has won. These people have all the things, entrenched within the system. Let us know in the comment section what do you think of this. For me, it's really, really very disappointing. I don't think there will be, anything, and the people are just sacrificing their lives because right now the opposition party leaders are also intimidated. So, and one of them, in fact, I have heard that Bakari is in Nigeria. So for who are they, these people are sacrificing their lives? Is there another leader? That's a question also. Yeah, very sad. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.